Hey, Jeff Kelderman here. Welcome to my garage. For each episode, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna grab a hot rod, bike, a race car, and we're gonna sit down and talk about how I took this car and how we turned it into what it is today. And the prize in my collection, the original Joe Dirt movie car. So when you got deer tattooed on your ribs and this car comes up for sale at Barrett-Jackson, you're gonna figure out a way to make it work. And I did. Speaking of American muscle, we've even got Kyle Petty's high school car right here. Hell, even my wife's car's 550 horsepower. We're even gonna get out of the garage a little bit. We got a couple special places this thing's going that you're really gonna like. You're gonna follow me to the racetrack and see how good or maybe not so good a driver I am. You're gonna see a lot of VIPER action. 6-speed, old school, no traction control. What could go wrong? Loading up, ready to head to Missouri. Ozarks International Raceway. We're going racing. Anatomy of a race car. So what we're running here are 2008 VIPER ACRs. And this car is an actual, what they call an ACRX. It was made for the VIPER Racing League. So 15 years ago, you could buy an actual race car from Dodge and enter into the VIPER Racing League. It was a traveling circuit, had some really good racing, had some awesome drivers come out of that. So this race car is not street legal. It doesn't have a title. It's just, it was sold with a bill of sale. So this X, the motors were 640 horsepower. And so, you know, say if you had engine problems, you had to buy another motor, you had to get your motor from Mopar. So that way they kept all the racing guys were in that same exact power range, so it'd be kind of like you know, the ACRX series, so to speak. So I'm gonna back up. All right, this one I got to change the tires on. I can't believe I didn't do that at home. I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't do that. Oh man, I gotta do some fucking stretching. Little practice session in today, see what these things have in them. I think we'll go out with the red car. The red car is the endurance car, so it's got a bigger fuel tank. It's what we run at Sebring with, like Boris said, his kid last year. And then later on today, we'll get out the black car. Black car's a little bit faster because it's got a bigger motor, but as far as setup, they're both pretty much exactly the same. I gotta get the booster seat, a little short guy, you know. Oh, it's already 100 fucking degrees in here.
I am a semi-professional race car driver.
Whoa, giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabin. I ain't do no front and get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the feed, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real ones turn state, ain't no way I could be out here living like the villain, only way up for me. Moving out the purchase, I get time if it was worth it. If you coming for my family, you know I take it personal. Say that you would go, I asked around, I never heard of it.
neutral? Can we flat tow you? Okay.
Yeah, I was just jumping out because just make sure it wasn't catching on fire. There's getting no smoke. It's real tight, and I tried a different line on it. Not lost it a couple laps before. Saved it, and then the next time she spun around, which I don't care. Practicing. And then she got in the grass and it died, and it wouldn't start. So it came and got me. And then halfway around the track, it started right back up. So compared to the street cars, these had a little beefier suspension. They originally came with KW shocks. I'm actually running Motons on the two race cars. For me, it just feels like just a better fit for my driving style. Headlights, I actually made these headlights, ran this car with Boris Said and his son, Boris Jr., in the 6-hour race at Sebring this year. So we popped out the original headlights, I made 3D printed these, and give us some more light, because you think you got a lot of light, but at 160 mile an hour coming into turn 17 at Sebring in the dark, it's crazy. So these race cars will have these canards on the side, for additional downforce. We've added a little bit of a lip here, a little bit farther out from the factory one to get a little more bite on the front end. As you can see, just from 3 hours at the track, it completely chewed the front end of that off. And then tires, we'll have, I think we've got 4 sets of rims. Spares, we'll run either Michelin slicks or we'll run P0 slicks. Axle shaft, which I got spare axle shaft, so let's pray that that's what it is. So, change on my clothes real quick. This thing, oh God, this thing's fast. So yesterday we took out the black car, which is the one that has 150 more horsepower than this. And on lap 2, coming up the hill, I downshifted third gear and just felt a jerk. So I think the transmission broke the input shaft. So it's retired for now. So it's the second time I broke a transmission here. So this track does not like that car. So it's part of racing. Break parts, go home and fix it. That's all you can do. First race coming up, it's on the short track, so it's just a little over a minute lap.
Should've had it down by now. Always fucking around. Ain't got a clue how to claim a virtue. I'm never can play, boy. Should've hit the brakes. I'm never can play, boy. You're addicted to the chase. I'm never can play, boy. Take a bite of the fruit. I'm never can play, boy. Clinging to faded youth now. What you gon' do? What you gon' don't see?
Well, that didn't go as planned. Lap 3, I got too high on that corner, and the guy was on the inside, and I should have just let up and dove in behind him. Instead, I tried to hold that corner at that speed, and back end just kicked out. So, plus I forgot to put the damn transponder on it, so I don't even know where they're gonna grid me. But I had a really good, I think I passed all 3 of those cars on the last corner and drag raced them out from start finish. So I started like 12th and probably gonna end up starting 12th again. This car has AIM telemetry in it, so it's got GPS on top. You can actually plug your computer into this. It'll have brake, tell you what your brake pressure is. It's got lap times, and you can get really. I'm not very good at it, but I got some buddies they'll grab my information and lay it over top. You can run lap times. You can look at your the whole track from an aerial view to see where you're fast, where you're slow. It's a pretty cool technology. The young kids in their race cars use it a lot more. I'm not quite as tech savvy as a lot of these guys. So this is a 6-speed manual. We really only use 4 gears. It's got a carbon fiber clutch in it, for longevity. This doesn't have a rear view mirror. I've got a rear view camera mounted on the back, so I can dive off and look if anybody's behind me, or when you can cut in front of someone when you pass. The other thing's cool about this AIM is it's got a camera in the middle that'll actually show my wheels. So if we're in a stretch and I'm struggling with stuff, I can actually bring that video up on the computer, and driving coach can show you, hey, look, you're too far in, too far out, you're square, car position. You have to have a master on-off switch in case you would have an issue where you would wreck. The safety worker can come over and shut this off. That kills power to the whole car. For example, if engine's running, throttle's sticking, whatever, they want to be able to kill that immediately. Well, race 1 went pretty good. Ended up 3rd overall, 2nd in our class. I'm gonna have a hard time winning this class with this car because I'm going against that open-wheeled Radical. He's a couple seconds a lap faster than I am. If the black car hadn't broke down, I would probably be beating the shit out of these guys. But no, we're gonna have to learn how to drive a little bit better. Car's running good, and didn't get run off the track like I did the first warm-up race, but we'll just keep on keeping on and see what race 2 has in store. In the back, so this car has a fuel cell. It's got a normal Viper's, I think 16-gallon fuel tank. This has a 22-gallon, so it's better for endurances, longer runs. You want to be able to run at least an hour on these races before you come in to fuel up. It's got a quick fill, dry lock, just like a NASCAR. You can throw 11 gallons of fuel in this in 11 gallons is about 22 seconds. Obviously, the wing is a big part of the racing. As you'll see, that the high-end fast race cars all have the wings. This is adjustable for downforce, so you can put more weight on the rear, but that also affects the front. So most of the Viper guys run this in somewhat a neutral position. I really haven't adjusted it much. So from inside the car, we have it's almost impossible to get a steering wheel on. So you have a steering wheel, just that lock right here, and then the seatbelt, harness. This is the center one that goes between your leg. So what's cool is my AIM that I was telling you about has all the data acquisitions. That also shows me my RPMs. So I'm not paying attention to my speedometer. I can just see my fuel gauge from there, but this does have a GPS speed. Got your RPMs here, got the rear view camera here. This is the camera I was telling you about that's showing the front. What this does, it'll track my times. So you can pick any track you're at. It'll have a big numbers here that'll tell you your time. And then if you're beating your best time, it lights up green. If you're slow, it'll go red, and then it'll tell you like how far off you are. You can go here, you can go here, you can click on that, and then it'll show up screen. And we'll go to lap 2. So this will actually show me racing my actual lap. Turn it down a little bit there. Gearhead like me, I'm having an absolute blast doing this. It's a real challenge, and we're getting to the point where we're putting down some pretty respectable track times, especially for guys who've only been doing it for 2.5 years. And in case you're wondering, we popped the transmission out of this last night. I was sure the transmission broke the input shaft. Turns out it did not break the input shaft, but I actually broke, well here, this is what an axle looks like. I actually broke off something inside the axle. So it was acting like basically transmission. Sucks is at the track, can't really get underneath this and see the drive shaft spin. If I would have put it on the rack, started up, put it in gear, and then I would have saw the drive shaft spinning. It would have saved me a little bit of time. But I do have a different transmission, which is my sequential. Means kind of like a paddle shift in a new car. While we got this thing out, we're going to put the other transmission in. 3 guys chasing me, and I'm not going to give up this position. So, man, second place, I'll take it. Those radicals weigh like 2,200 pounds, and power to weight ratio is unreal. So, if we had the big stick, we'd be right there with them. But this thing's starting to run pretty good.
Jeff Kelderman in second.
Here, because they're braking, they have, and then
Like the, yeah.
as you can tell, my good friend Isaac here. Good balance, cut off he's got his jorts on.
That fit on.
It's pretty.
Oh, he's even got the Corvette.
I had to get the Corvette back.
Even Corvette. Yes, he's the epitome of Corvette. Problem is, most of these guys are 60 or 70.
Yeah. How old are you? He's 60.
I'm 65.
He's 60 at heart.
This guy, he could be my fucking kid. I think he's only like
29.
Yeah, he's only 2 years older than my oldest son, Lucas.
I figure I needed to wear the part this weekend.
Exactly.
You're looking the part, baby.
And then you got Ken here, veteran,
Yeah.
Mr. USA.
USA, baby, all the way.
Where's all your Trump gear, man?
Yeah, I know it. It's I got it back at the.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do. Yeah, Bobby, I feel sorry for her because
You gotta put up with him.
She's
should feel
she's an
sorry.
angel.
I gotta put up with you two most of the time.
Oh, come on. That's the best thing about racing, man. You get together with your buddies, you see them, you really only hang out with these guys probably 5-6 weekends a year. But what's awesome about it is it's at the racetrack.
Yeah.
We'll have our text threads going on, and trash talking, all year round, but really about 5-6 weekends a year we get to have some fun.
It's a track family.
Yeah, exactly.
And Corvettes are better, we all know it.
Both these guys run Corvettes.
Hey, I got a Camaro too.
Well, yeah.
Same thing at the end of the day.
No comment on that one. Thanks for watching episode 3 of Jeff Kelderman's Garage. Please hit our subscribe button. It's Kelderman Manufacturing on YouTube, and on Facebook and Instagram it's Kelderman Trucks. If you want to follow me personally on Instagram, @JDeerte. If you missed the last episode, which is the Kyle Petty Charger, click on the link below. It's a great episode. You're going to love it.